What's going on, guys? This is KNasty3090 here. Welcome back to another MLB 19 The Show franchise experiment video. Today, we're going to figure out where it's best to put your top prospects. Should you have them play in the majors at a young age? Is it better to play them in AAA, AA, or just stay in A-ball where we don't even accumulate their stats? So I'll do a couple years in this sim. Basically, what I've created, 4 duplicate players. I have Luis A-ball. As you can tell, he'll be an A-ball. Now, as you see, everything is a 50 overall. Durability is a 99 overall. I want them to play every day. Every one of these players, and I'll show it to you guys, has a 95 potential. They're all shortstops. They're all 18 years old. As you can see, 18. Again, if you take a look, all their attributes are the same. 50 at everything. I thought it was just 50 was a nice benchmark. Again, Manny AA ball. I'll show you his potential just so you guys see. 95 on his potential. We will go to Connie, AAA ball, as he's going to be in MLB. I mean, in AAA, again, 95 potential. And then we have Rich, MLB ball. He'll be playing in the major leagues. Again, 95 potential. I've tried to make this as even as possible. All of them in all the lineups are leading off. As you can see, Rich, all the lineups of the Red Sox, he's leading off. We go to Manny in AA. He's leading off in all those lineups. Connie in AAA. He's leading off in all those lineups. And then the A-ball, you can't control who's playing or whatnot, but he is the only player as a shortstop in A-ball, so he should play. Now, like I said, you cannot see the stats of A-ball players, but that's still okay. Now, because I did edit them to create this franchise, if you take a look at top prospects, the only reason why Manny AA ball is here is because he was already a top prospect beforehand. I bet you by the end of the season, though, that will change. Now, I also turned injuries off because I want them to play every day. I just want to see, like, if you have a prospect, should you be playing them in the majors, AA, AAA, or what? Now, I could have maybe put them all at, like, 60 overall. I mean, like, 60 attributes or 50. I just thought 50 was a nice, even round number for us to figure it out. So, let's sim a little bit and see what happens and how people do and how their overalls go. As you can see, all their overalls are the same. Now, they may change based off their, like, morale, so we have to make sure we take a look at that, but right now all their morale is the same, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's get into this and see how it works. Alright, so we just got through the All-Star game. Now, I have not taken a look at any of this, so this is all new to me, so how they're doing. So Rich, MLB baseball, as you can see, he's a 63 overall. I want to see if that's because of morale. No, his morale is basically even. Now, he hates his contract, but he loves his role. So if you take a look at his attributes, he's a +1 and +4 in contact, a -2 and a -1 in power, +3 in discipline, a +1 in fielding, some down in stealing and base running aggressiveness, and a -1 in durability. He's hitting actually 244, 5 home runs. Not the worst. Let's see what his potential is. Actually, I don't think it's changed, but we'll take a look in a second. Let's take a look at all of these players, and then we'll look at their potentials to see if anything's changed. So, Luis in A-ball is increasing in everything. +1 in contact, versus right, +2 versus left, 1 and 2 versus right and left power, +2 in vision. Durability is still going up, so he seems to be improving quite a bit. In AA ball, he's improving as well. Now, he is having a decrease in power versus left. And then Connie in AAA ball, he's increasing a ton in contact versus left, a +7. And then we already looked at Rich. Now, let's just double check and take a look at all their potentials. Now, one thing I was thinking, and it may affect how everything goes, as so far all these potentials are the same. Oh, no, so AA players' potential's gone down 1. But, like, maybe if I started them at, like, a 70 overall, that may affect, like, the guy in A-ball might improve more. I don't know. I thought it was kind of just a benchmark what we had, so 95 still. So right now the AA player has had the only decrease in potential. Let's finish the season and see if anything drastically changes. Actually, before we do, let's take a look where they rank his prospects. So the AAA player's at 7, the AA player's at 8, and the A-ball player I don't believe will show up because I don't believe A-ball players show up as top prospects. And the guy in the majors is on a prospect. So they're 7 and 8. We don't know if it's a tie or whatnot. Maybe we just give the go-ahead to the guy in AAA compared to the guy in AA. I don't know, but as you can see, they're basically valued the same. So let's finish the regular season and see what happens with all these players. Alright, the regular season has finished, so let's see how they're doing. Let's go here, and let's take a look at the shortstop. So the A-ball player probably increased, he's a 66 overall, he increased consistently in everything, +3 or 4, plus 5 in fielding, but everything was basically plus 3 or plus 4. There was nothing that he decreased in. The AA player had a plus 3 and 5 increase in contact, a plus 1 in increase in power versus rate, a minus 3 in power versus left, but he had like a plus 6 in discipline, so it's kind of random what happened. The AAA player had a plus 11 in contact versus left, which is a huge jump, and then like a plus 6 in fielding. He did have a minus 1 discipline, but all in all pretty good. And then the the major player really didn't improve that much. He stayed at 50 for a lot of things, and a minus 2 in power versus right, a plus 3 power versus left. As you can see his regular season stats, he hit 221, 12 home runs. Now let's take a look at all their potentials, because that's another important thing. Did any of them make a big change? The A-ball player still at 95 potential. Let's see how the AAA player's potential is. 95. Now, when we checked earlier, the AA player's potential did go down, and it is a 94. And the Major League Baseball player, he's a 95. So after year one, for these players, I feel like the best player is probably... It's tough between the A and AA. I would say probably AA, even though he did have some things we didn't really improve on. A was consistent. So let's do... here's a AA player. No, he was a AAA player, So it's A-ball and AAA, which actually throws me off, because the AA player had a decrease in potential, which is the biggest thing you don't want to see. He did improve. But yeah, weird that AAA did really well. Got a big increase in contact versus left. I thought it was going to be like A-ball and AA would be the most important. So let's do another year and see what happens after year two. Actually, before we do that, AAA players at 5, AA players at 9. And like I said, the A-ball player is just not on this because they don't show A-ball players on top prospects. So let's go into year 2 and see what happens. Alright, so we are in year 2. We just went through, as you can see, the All-Star game. We just finished that. Let's see how the players are doing now in year 2. So we can take a look at shortstops. There's a bunch on the team. So Connie AAA is improving again. His contact versus rate has gone down, but everything else has improved if it's changed. In AAA, saying 252 with 11 bombs. That's not bad. AA player is improving consistently all across, except for power versus left. That is down to. That's down to a 45. The A-ball player is a steady improvement in everything. And the MLB player is actually decreasing a lot. Now, he's hitting 231 with 4 home runs. Let's just make sure none of their potentials have changed. The Major League player's potential still a 95. The AAA player's potential still a 95. The AA player was a 94, went down, and is still a 94. And let's lastly take a look at the A-ball player. And his potential is a 95. So none of the potentials have changed so far this year. So let's finish the season, and then let's see how things are going with them. Alright, so the season's done. Let's see how they did. And I think this will be the last year we do. And before I finish this, I do have like an idea what I think is going on. So let's take a look. I guess we'll start with the Major League player. So he's continuing to decline. Basically, what I think with a major, if you're going to call up to the majors, only do so if you think they're ready. Don't call him up just to call him up because he's a top prospect. He had 95 potential, but he wasn't really that good, and he's not really improving. He's actually probably regressed a little bit. He's 63 overall. I just make sure his potential has not changed. It did not. So his potential didn't change, but he's not really improving. The A-ball player is consistently improving. So in 2 years, everything went up about 6 things, except for speed. So everything is now at 56 or higher. So consistently improving the A-ball player. His potential is still the same. Let's take a look at the AA player. He's the highest overall, tied with the AAA player. Let's take a look. Oh, he actually got called up to AAA at the very end. But let's take a look. Oops, I screwed something up. Let's take a look at him. He improved. His contact versus left is a plus 12 over 2 years. His power versus left has gone down 5. And that could just be based off how he does playing against players. But everything is improving quite a bit now. He was the guy who had the potential go down, and it's still down. And let's take a look at the AAA player. His potential is the same. So none of the potentials changed in year 2. The AAA player has improved quite a bit. The contact versus left has gone up 14. The contact versus right has only gone up 3. The power versus right has gone up 7. So I actually think this actually makes sense the more I think about it. So your attributes will change depending on how you do against players of a certain or a certain thing. So if you face left-handed pitching and you constantly do well against them, you improve in that. And if you constantly hit home runs versus left-handed pitchers, you improve in that. So the reason why the AAA player improved quite a bit versus left-handed pitching, but not versus right-handed pitching in contact, is probably because you just hit better against them in limited sample size, and that just caused it to go up. And once it continues to go up, it's a snowball effect. He's gotten better, so it's going to improve. Same with the guy in AA. He was hitting better versus lefties, so that goes up. He becomes better, so that will continue to go up. The guy in the majors isn't really hitting well, so he's not really going up. No, it's not like a flat just drop, because his potential is kind of keeping him from really becoming garbage. The A-ball player is consistent all across the board because there's no attributes in A-ball in this game. In real life, there obviously is. But in this game, there's no games of A-ball, so it's basically just a flatline increase. So basically what it seems like is in A-ball, players will have a flatline increase. Everything increases pretty much the same. 3 or 4, depending on their potential, maybe just 1 or 2 for B or whatever it may be. If you want players to increase a lot in something, but know that they may decrease in something, have them play in AA or AAA, because they're playing actual games. They will go against players, and depending on how they do, they will increase. And I would say the lower the overall, keep them in AA, and higher, keep them in AAA. Don't just call up a guy at AAA because he's a top prospect unless he's ready for it. Same for the majors. And definitely don't call up a guy to the majors unless you think he's ready. Once he's ready, they do get those increases more. That's something I've definitely noticed. But only do it if they're ready. But if you want someone just to consistently improve and be like a flatline improvement and everything, it sounds like A-ball's the move. So this is a really interesting video. That kind of something that I never really thought of. It now crossed my mind. If that helped you guys out, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new so you can see other videos like this that can really help you out building your prospect. I guess before we end the video, these AA and AAA guys are basically treated the same. So, like I said, the A-ball player does not show up on it because he's an A-ball player. But this was really nice to know. I now will take this moving forward. If this helps you guys out, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other experience you want me to do, I'll try to get to them. Talk to you later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.